Okay, good. So here we are.
Here we are. So I'm John. Nice to meet you, Sandy.
Hey, it's great meeting you, John.
Founder and president of Tesla Owners Silicon Valley. So one of the 35 beta testers. So I don't know if I should just pick any location, or do you want to do side streets? What would you like to do?
I'd like to do anything that's kind of congested, normally.
Okay.
Like side roads and whatever. I don't need to have congested like it's full of traffic, but something that shows me what it would be like to drive on ordinary roads, not expressways.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna pick, like, I just picked a random location. I don't live in this area, so I guess we'll kind of find out.
Okay.
And then let me just pull out here and then I'll initiate it. Just let these cars go.
Sandy, look at the dash. See what it looks like?
What's that?
Look at
Oh,
the
here?
dash.
Yeah.
So here,
wow. Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
different.
here, what this is the FSD visualization. So literally everything is color coded, right? So let me just pull here. Which way are we going? Making a left here. All right, so so we're making a left here. So it's completely driving itself right now. Okay, it's noticing it should go over.
Oh, I gotta love that.
Yeah, and it's going over to the far left lane.
So how much touching are you doing on the wheel?
Nothing other than a turning force nudge. So
Okay.
yeah, so as of right now you'll see, like, okay, so it's green, so it's gonna go.
So what happens what happens when it turns green but the arrow's not on?
By the way, I'm literally not doing anything right now. So that's a left-hand turn right there. Navigate on autopilot can't make left turns, right? So that in itself is...
Roll your window.
Here, let me roll the window up.
I got it.
No
problem. Yeah, we had some major excitement with on-ramps that don't have a dotted line.
Okay.
Corey thought I was trying to kill everybody, or at least the two of us, because we went right into a construction zone. I think that one of the things that we're going to be putting out in my report at the end is that the governments better get their shit together. Yeah. Everybody's got something to say, but really and truly, the only real bad experiences we've had are where all of a sudden the dotted lines or the solid lines disappear.
Yep.
And somebody saved, a nickel's worth of paint, and that's really what it boils right down to.
Yep.
State to state was different, so we're very interested in.
Sandy, look at how confidently it's driving over there.
Yeah, I know. It's like
we're just having
this
a
drives
conversation.
like me instead of you're Mr. Cautious and whatnot. This drives a little more like what I would do.
So it's identifying and color coding everything. So everything that's red is like a curb. Cars in front of me are green. Cars to the left of me are blue. And then mediums, like here, you can see the medium over there is purple. So it can already see like all the lanes that are happening, right? And again, it's doing the full turn itself.
Yeah.
Right?
So I have a question. I noticed that it stops aggressively. Now, we've had problems with that, just even ordinary driving and whatnot.
Yep.
But if it's on auto
or FSD Beta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that controllable? Can you say? Because my wife and Corey don't like it when I step on the brake that hard. So what
so FSD Beta is it's really actually removed that. There's still edge cases where it may think that there's like a pothole, or it might think that someone is coming, where that may happen a little bit, but a lot of that, like, I don't even feel it on the highway anymore, to be honest.
No, I'm talking not about that. We call that something else. We called it like a false braking or something like that. What I'm talking about is when you were coming up to the light, it's coasting along, and then all of a sudden it nosedives to come to a stop. Yeah. Can you control that?
No, without taking over.
Without taking over.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So that's something that, and this is beta, right? So this is like, they've only had 11 updates. Yeah. And so since October 21st. Wow. And so, and there's only 30.
I love this. This is the way I drive. Corey, you're going to hate this. I drive just like this. Everybody says, you're a maniac. But you know what? If the car is, this is perfect.
Yep.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's...
Corey, are you okay back there?
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I think that was the most shocking thing, was how good it was just on the initial rollout.
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot better since, you know, with the 11 updates that it's had.
Yeah.
But it's gotten, it's just crazy how initially, like, it was able to do a lot of these things just on the initial rollout, right? So it's like making this left-hand turn again completely by itself.
Because it knows where the curbs are and everything else. This is really good. I really wish we would have had this. I'm wondering whether or not it would have the capability of identifying that this is an off-ramp, not a, because I'm looking at the dotted lines over here, and in essence, I think that this will get rid of the little bit of a terrible experience we had when there was no lines and the car didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that's one thing. Well, the good thing is it works well in neighborhoods where there is no line.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I'm looking at. I'm very excited about this.
It can do a torture test in a parking lot, right?
What? Really?
You drive through a parking lot.
It can. It's a little bit. I mean, it's not like perfect, but it'll figure it out, right? We can try it if you want. So here, let's see what. I have no idea where it's going, but well, I picked a random location.
Done. Yeah.
But yeah, so it just pulls you. Yeah, it just pulls you.
So it actually identified that that's a bike lane as well. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it goes around.
Identifying the colors for the bike lane, or does it just know that because it's wider?
So this is
narrower?
yellow, and this is right now. This is like one of those edge cases. It literally thinks it's a stop sign for some weird reason, even though it's up there. So I take that, send that in, right? Hit that button, and it sends it. This little camera will send all the video footage to the autopilot team. Cool. So this is technically a four-way stop. No one's here, so it'll just go.
Well, it stopped and then it went, which is good.
Yep. So here's a perfect example.
Oh, this is perfect. I love this. I think this is great. And it's where you said it wants to stop.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'll do is
let's go back home and see if it does it all by itself.
Yeah. So
how do you? You have to.
It can't.
It won't do U-turns.
It can't do U-turns yet.
Well, that's all right. I like to do my own U-turns anyway.
Everything that it will do, it will kind of do it in like a box format. The way it'll map. Right, it won't do a full U-turn. So if it needs to make 2 or 3 additional turns, that's how it'll map it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Wow. I'm very impressed.
But yeah, so you were asking about the difference in lines, right? So these lines up here, you can see they're yellow, right? Yeah. It's identifying that that's a yellow line, not a red line, which is a curb. The bike lane over here is a white line.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned, yes, it always goes around the bike lane. So it probably makes, like, you know, you and I make a right-hand turn right here over the dotted white line. It goes around. So it makes just for protection of the bikers, right?
Well, at the end of the day, I'm not a big fan of bikes because, especially because I've spent a lot of time in Europe and watched a lot of people. In fact, one of our guys creamed a biker that wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. The biker went to the hospital and also got a ticket. So most people don't really understand the rules and regulations associated with bikes. And quite frankly, that's what I'd really like to see. Posts to keep the bikes over here and the cars over there. That's even better.
Yeah, and so even here, right, it's saying it's a red brick road.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's going to splinter, seeing it as cones.
Yeah.
So it's seeing it as cones right now.
Well, we noticed that sometimes it shows as cones and sometimes it shows as like posts. So, but I like the idea of separation of bikes and cars. If it was up to me, I probably would put bikes and sidewalks in the same thing. And if somebody drifted over, they'd hit a big curb. Because it's cheap that way. I mean, it's cheap to make an expressway that way. So, I don't have anything against exercise or bicycles in general. I just don't like the fact that cars and bicycles don't, the wrong guy, they don't make sense together. And when you got roundabouts, bicycles in Europe, a bicycle has to be 20 feet back. It's a 20 foot layback. And then on top of that, you're supposed to walk your bike like between the exits, because people aren't going to stop, period.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
The roundabout has the right of way. We haven't caught on to that, but but that's coming down the pike, I'm sure.
So Sandy, we're on our way back. Can you recap your first impression of full self-driving beta?
Okay, so right off the bat, I'm very impressed. I was hoping for, actually my best hope was less than what I just saw. I'm pretty excited about what I just saw. I'm an aggressive driver. This drives aggressively. I'm assuming that most of the people who are A-type personalities, or at least don't like to stand in lines, are going to love the fact that it drives similar to the way that they drive. Now, aggressive driving isn't dangerous driving or stupid driving. It just means that if grandma's ahead of you, or if you want to take that other lane to make a left-hand turn, I'm going to find it, I'm going to get it, and I'm going to get going. This is going to save a shitload of time, or a lot of time, for people that are commuting and whatnot, where you've got tourists and people who have to get to work in the same time frame. And tourists want to, look at the buildings and whatever, and you just want to get to work. So I like the way this thing is handling these. See, even it. So it picks this because now I don't have to be in the same lane as that Toyota over there.
And it knows it's going to make a right too.
And it does. So that way, I want that outside left-hand turn lane. This is great. I'm afraid, really afraid of artificial intelligence. You watch too much science fiction, and you can see what bad things might happen. But this is great. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty happy. I'm excited. I'm excited anyway. I think a lot of things happened today, but this is actually, maybe not the top of the list, but certainly. And look at that. See, it keeps its lane.
With no lanes or dividers, even.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. This is really good. This is really good. I really wish we would have had this for the whole damn trip. Yeah.
We asked.
I'm sure Corey would have wished it as well. He thinks I'm trying to kill him still.
Oh, when you're driving, or?
Yeah. It's all right.
So
I have the same effect on my wife and anybody else that drives with me.
Yeah, see how it's splitting?
Yeah.
And no.
And see, it drifted and then said, no, I'm not doing
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. And even here, right? You have the lane.
The high.
This is challenging even for us when we got here.
Yeah.
And this thing's like, no problem.
Yep. So here it's going to go all the way to the right. See that?
Yeah. Now I didn't hear the turn signal go on.
It did. You can
Hear it
even
hear it now. Yeah.
It's a little bit lower.
Quiet. Yeah.
So here it's
and
yielding. Yeah.
That's cool too. So
it
did the stop and then it drifted through the light.
Right. So I guess we'll just pull up to the crowd, I guess.
Yeah. Corey, are you going to bring our car up so that when somebody asks a question about gaps and everything?
What I want to do is I'm going to film when you get out of the car. I'd like to record a lot of it.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll go get the car later.
Okay.
But I'm gonna end the recording when we park, and then I'm gonna get out and start recording again, Sandy.
Okay, great. All right.
I just can't forget my GoPros, but that's okay. I'll get those in a second.
Very cool. Thanks, Sandy, for coming along the ride.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for exposing me.